Hey, you guys, you are about to head out on one of the most fantastic hikes, and I'm so excited for you. But I want to share a few tips with you to stay what I like to call safe and found. Because just like a lost and found box at your school, where you might go looking for your missing jacket or lunchbox, Haywood County also has a lost and found department, and it's called Search and Rescue. And I am on the team, and every year we go out looking for people who have strayed from their group and have gotten lost and maybe even injured. It's not an experience you want to have happen to you, so I'm going to share some tips so it doesn't, as well as a few tips just to let you leave the wilderness as beautiful of a place as you find it when you first arrived today. So let's get started. So one of the best ways that you can stay safe and on the trail and not get lost is to find a friend to hike with. If you guys will each partner up with somebody and always make sure you know where they are, and if you can't find them, to let your teacher know immediately, that's one of the best safeguards you can put in place to not get lost. Another thing you can do to make sure that you don't get lost is just to always stay on the trail. It may not be obvious in all locations. You may have some big boulders you've got to step up on, but just follow the lead of your counselors and teachers, and you should be in good shape. So what do you do if you do all the right things, but you still end up getting separated from your group? Well, the first thing I want you to do is just stop. As hard as that may be, just stop and wait. If you can find a tree or a bush and hug it, you may not find one as big as this tree that I'm with, but just sit there and give it a big hug, and it's going to take care of you until you're found. And more often than not, your teacher is going to be the one to find you. If search and rescue does have to come out and help, if you will stay put, I can guarantee 100% we are going to find you faster, and you're probably not even as far off the trail as you think you are. But the more you wander, the more lost you'll get, and the harder our job becomes to look for you. The best thing to do is just to stop and wait for somebody to find you. One final note, if you do hear someone calling your name, don't be scared to answer and yell right back at them. Don't let stranger danger make you scared that it might be somebody that you don't know and might not be able to trust. It's probably somebody looking for you that wants to help. And also, if a stranger does approach you and asks if you're okay, definitely let them know what's going on, because they're probably just coming up on you, just not even knowing that you're lost, and they can get you back safely as well. So you probably won't encounter too much wildlife on your hike just because you are such a large group. If you do encounter any bears, though, the most important thing to do is to not run away from them. You want to stay still and listen to your teachers. Snakes you very well may see on a hot summer day, but more than likely they are just going to scurry off as soon as they know you're there. Both of the snakes that you see here are non-venomous. They may look really big and intimidating, but I promise they don't want to hurt you at all. Everything that you do see, though, the most important thing to do is just leave it alone. Don't pick it up if it's something small like a toad or a frog. And more than likely, if they see you first or sense you're coming, they are just going to run away as quickly as they can. Or in the case of this guy, probably not so fast. So the last thing I want to mention is something called leave no trace. And what that basically means is that you want to leave the wilderness area as good a shape as you found it in when you first came to visit. Now, if you find somebody else's trash on the trail and want to pick that up, that's a good practice of paying it forward, and you can do that. But certainly don't add your own litter to the scene, and don't take anything home from the wilderness that you find. For instance, wildflowers. These beautiful wildflowers you see in these pictures are there because everybody left them alone. If everybody came through that trail and picked them, then the people who followed wouldn't get to enjoy them. So just keep those things in mind and leave it as good as you found it, if not a little better. You guys have the best time. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to hear all about it.